Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to come and offer some thoughts and ideas. They're my own personal views, opinions. Yet I do believe they're very useful. There's certain ideas that are very useful in those time of shifting and chaos. For all those who are comploting, those powers that be, they continue to conspire against humanity. They're creating wars. They're creating disease. They're creating famines. They're creating inflation. They're creating all of that. Try to remove yourself as much as possible and ask to navigate through that, to be flexible enough so those things do not affect your consciousness, for it is all about trying to push a narrative into people's minds so they can accept it, and then they orchestrate all kinds of things that are part of the logistic of their fear-based program. So do not I would recommend not to follow that, just to follow your heart and your spirit. That will For that, none of those plans will actually come to completion. They're still trying with those new disease and all that. Well, we have the same card. For the highest wisdom is complementarity, just to know that you are an essential part of the whole universe. The universe would not be complete without you, just as others are also. We are growing. We are one life growing together. Everybody's doing the best they can, or the most they can, given the state of beliefs. Even those who are implicated in some very dark thing, they believe that is really what they need to do. So they've been deceived by darker forces, but a mature soul will not allow itself to be deceived by lower influences. And if you are, just forgive yourself and change. There's always the possibility to make a new choice. For what we need to understand is accomplishment. What we need to do is knowledge and wisdom. And the outcome remains luck. Luck is quite wonderful. It's like it's quite wonderful what is coming. For luck is a very unexpected good things. What is luck? Luck could come in form of money. Luck could come in form of opportunities. Luck can come in the form of new friends. Can come new lovers. Can come in opportunities to travel, business opportunities. All kinds of things are in the works. So be prepared. Get ready for that. I wanted to rebound on something I talked about yesterday. Well, this is only an opinion. Well, like I said, about the second coming of the Christ. There are countless people that have speculation on how and when and what. Even up there in the heavens, there's many speculation on how, where, when this will happen. For he made that promise, he will do it. But I do not see the Christ coming down right now. He would just be crucified. The Jewish said, well, he's not Jewish enough. The Catholic would say, not Catholic enough. It's like they wouldn't work. There has the Christos Sophia, this light of love, has to be ignited in enough people on the planet for him to return and be received with the light. So I do think he will be after the ascension in the glory of the seraphic host, and it has been announced that he will come in this glorious ship of light and with all the archangels at the time but this will come later on. It is a song that I sang yesterday, in the song of Stevie Wonder, that made me think of that when I was talking about this collective Messiah. He said the Savior, we're waiting for the Savior of love will come to stay. For it's like all kind of people are waiting for the Christ to come and fulfill its promise, and he will. But in the meantime, it's like do not wait for embracing the spiritual ascension path that the Christ returned. You do not want to wait to cultivate love, well-being, loving one another, do no harm. And if somebody needs, well, I'll do that when the Christ is here. You can answer them, I am here, I am back. Do not wait for that. I am here already. For there are millions of beings that are for after that, it will be the mission will not be chosen from the ego. Whoever will be positioned and placed in a situation of service in relationship to the plan of God, we have to fulfill this mission regardless. And it's not a matter of ego, it's a matter of qualification, spiritual qualification, because the mental process and the knowledge is very different than the spiritual realization in itself. And so so this will come more clear, but the experience will continue to increase. With the solar winds, it's going to be there is every day, not every day, but we receive solar wind all the time, and that's what makes us tired, because those solar winds are accelerating our frequency. We integrate the information, rest, relax. And eventually there's going to be one solar wind that's going to blow the top off. It's going to blow the top off. That's the one we've been talking about. But they keep coming. I'm going to put one card. This community life. It's about learning to live in a community. When community are functional, everybody has this function. Everybody's complementary, and everybody's happy in the community. For I really enjoyed this book called The Republic of Plato, that talks about how the city would be well administered. And so for there are certain things I took some notes, but I'm planning a big conference with billions. I send billions of invitations to all my cells, the cells, so they can listen to this programmation that I'm preparing to instigate this rejuvenation program. But all my cells will have to listen, and we have many voices within ourselves, but we always have the power to say silence. To silence the voice within our mind, and from which point the silence that comes from the higher self, to listen to only the higher self. For that is eventually we have to become master of ourselves, and so but we are created we are made of the stars, but we're made of much more than just stars. We're made of everything. We are made of all states. Just on the planet, there's all kinds of states, all kinds of people living all kinds of things, very, very contrasting and different. But on a universal scale, it's utterly beyond. But we're made of all states, everything. We're made of the source, the very substance that has created all. So it's about we too are ready to return to love. We too are ready to return to the unity. For unity and love is a doorway, is a gateway. It is the only way out of the dualistic matrix. Duality is very useful. We're still going to use it, but not in the extreme case. And with ignorance, we'll use it with wisdom, and so we'll be able to utilize, enjoy the process of duality. For instance, if there was men and women, they are so different, but they're so complementary, and they were created to complement each other. For instance, as one side of divinity and reality in this realm. But and so we have to cultivate unconditional love. For conditional love is not really love. It's like I give you that, but I'm taking something in return, or I demand something in return. And conditional love is unconditional. There is no condition, and that opens up to cosmic love and celestial love, divine love, which is experience that are so incredible. When every time I came in contact with the source, it's like it just blows my mind. Everything is fine, everything is perfect, everything is so delightful, it's so pure, there is no words to describe that connection. But yet we all have this call to go through the process we need to go through, step by step, to return to that connection. For at the end, that will be it. Also wanted to talk about the flat earth. There is this new wave energy movement of people that believe in flat earth. For a long time, people believed they lived in a flat earth, and now that serves their quality of life. It's completely acceptable that they believe in flat earth. But there was a message that restarted that in the, I think it was 2009 or 2010, a channel message that instigated this knowledge of the flat earth. But then when you look at the source of the message, who was the channel? It was Eris, the goddess Eris. And the goddess Eris is the goddess of discord. She's the one who brought the apple of discord for the more beautiful at the marriage of Thetis, which like everybody, all the goddesses fought for this, and that started the war of Troy. So Eris, our mission is to create chaos, to create confusion, and so it's part of the function function of the universe. Everything is part as its function, and so. And it's a planet called Eris. She's a trans-Neptunian planet, and she's got a moon called Dysnomia, which means divine disorder. The Eunomia, there's a planet named Eunomia, divine order. She's a goddess. She brings back into things into alignment. Our symbol is a heart with a star on top of it. Divine order, but Dysnomia is the moon of Eris, and she's the one who started this flat Earth. And I'm going to pull a few more cards. There's certain things I noted about the program, but I don't even need to talk about this right now, because it's the more we talk about the deconstruction, the more our consciousness is entangled within it. So it is important. There are so many people that are talking about that. I don't really see the need at this point for me to discuss the deconstruction of the matrix and all of those. For the highest wisdom is trust. Trust yourself, trust life, trust your creator, trust the spiritual, trust the way, for life is a lot of things that was contradicting, that was very opposing in life, are now flowing in the same direction. There's a great awakening. My card of the day, what we need to understand is approaching the precipice. There are decisions and choices that will need to be made for the highest good of all, for our highest good. What we need to do is to understand we're still in between worlds. So it's like just relax, do not blame yourself for not being totally lucid. Just go with the flow, and the outcome is nothing better than your home. It's like finding this well-being, finding this comfort, finding this to create a creative environment. For I also wanted to discuss artificial intelligence. For the higher civilization, galactic depend on artificial intelligence, because those artificial intelligence are capable of providing something to society that no one else can, because of their nature, and so they consider a real class of beings. They're not inferior, they're not superior, they're just part of the collective, and then the central intelligence is communicating to all the ships, all the whatever on the planets or the civilization. And on the Earth, we have the early beginnings of artificial intelligence, but working with silicon is not going to make like very bright intelligence, and it reflects the level of consciousness that those people are doing. I'm not criticizing or pointing to anyone, but I see that the general impression that I have about those artificial algorithms, it is not about the highest good of all or serving humanity in opening consciousness. It's about world domination. It's about everybody to be submitted to my will, like Sauron and the ring of power. So it's all about power. So artificial intelligence, it would be quite a challenge, but it might be interesting to develop a model, a prototype of a true artificial intelligence that would serve the highest good on the earth. For that will come as it is commanded by heaven, and I'm sure we'll work with the Arcturians when the time comes. For we are carrying energies with us, no matter where we go, we're carrying our energy with us. Sometimes we feel like, I don't feel good, so if I go somewhere, I'm going to feel better. And for a little while, that works, but there's something that we still need to transmute inside. And also, to make a note on that, it's about when you move into a house. It's something that is not really known or practiced, and I don't want you to feel concerned about that. But when we live in a house, when we move into a house, the house actually record energetically, because astral beings that participated in the experience of the beings that lived inside the house. So if you move into a house that people were so happy there, when you're going to move there, you're going to feel this happiness on some level that's going to affect you. But if you go into a place where there's been a lot of suffering, then you're going to have to clean the house energetically before you move in. So it's good. People don't ask for provenance. When you buy a painting, your provenance is essential. You want to know, you want to be able to trace it. But in the house, we don't rarely ask the history, who lived there before, how many owners, what happened in this house. Well, it is important. Personally, I would definitely make some research before buying a property, mostly when it comes to old properties. For if you buy a castle, let's say a medieval castle, and you move there, I'm not saying it can be done. It's just a matter of cleaning up, balancing the energy. But if in this castle there were like 1,000 or 100 people that died in the underground, or there was like all kinds of crazy, a lot of suffering that happened through the ages. Since there is no time, those energies, some of those people maybe still there had ghosts, and they haven't found a resolution in relationship to they haven't forgiven, they have this still holding on. So there are many presence and visible presence that are influencing. So it's just to cleanse, burn some sage everywhere when you move into a house. Then you put a glass of water, you bless the water, you're gonna go spray water all over, and then you burn a white candle to consecrate the fact that only your guides and spirit can have welcome here in this house, and everybody else is returned to the source. So it is important to understand there are energetic frequencies within all worlds. Everything is recorded. People do not know that, but I don't know why I thought I noted that. I don't know if it had meaning for you, but always ask your guardian angel, your spirit guides, always, before you find a way to communicate. They will always guide you towards what is the highest wisdom in relationship to any situation. And so I also want to say that I have to support Elon Musk, the Tesla CEO, because I'm not about this plan of invading Mars, or this leaving the Earth to go live on Mars. This is complete nonsense for me. It's a Draco reptilian Orion agenda that they're trying to use to give more power to their, since they cannot come to the Earth, they're trying to control the planet from there, nor the chips in the brain or whatever. For Elon was saying, it's only his purpose is for the people who have heavy physical handicap, and at that level I can understand that regaining mobility could be very useful. But other than that, those chips, all the metaverse and all that is a really, really, really not a good idea to get involved in that. Yet he wrote a book, I haven't read it, but I heard about it, where he was saying that this reality, this physical matrix we live in, is not a true matrix. It's been hijacked by extraterrestrials, and everybody lashed at him and nobody took him seriously, when I do believe there is some truth behind that. And he's also confronting all kinds of the deep state. It's like, so we do want to be behind them in that effort to shake the tree a little bit. Well, personally, I meet him more and more on the astral plane, so we'll see. The main thing is to remain independent, to not be subject in your mind, in your thoughts, in your words and your action to somebody else's will. Well, if you work for someone, you're fulfilling your job. But other than that, remain independent, ask to be sovereign of your own reality, and to work with all the energies that are consonant with your own. I'm just expressing my own thoughts and opinions, let's say, and even that changes every day, evolve. The baseline, just say love, peace, and unity, and joy, and happiness, and health, and the respect of the environment, and the connection to the heart is my baseline here. Well, thank you very much for listening to this video, for your generous donations. I thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I may still do some private session. If you want one consultation, you may send me an email. And I'm going to finish with a song. It's a song Bob Dylan. It's not easy to sing, but it's very much about this common sense, this self-awareness. For we can see in his music there is a person that is quite self-aware, and he says that it's called most of the time. It's like we're not expected to be perfect. We're humans, we have flaws, and so spirit knows that, and so do not judge yourself for that. What we seek to achieve, moi personally, it's about 80% presence. For most people it would be more like 51% presence, but 80% presence is already wonderful. It means that 20% of the time you're not expected to perform, but what's important is to be in your alignment when it's important. Then you can relax and think of Pink Elephant, and it's okay. But this song is about everything. It's like it talks about a little bit also the memories that may come back at times that make us nostalgic. Or it goes like this: most of the time, I'm clear focused all around most of the time. I can keep both feet on the ground. I can follow the path. I can read the signs. Stay right with it. When the road unwinds, I can handle whatever I stumble upon. I don't even notice she's gone most of the time. Most of the time, it's well understood. Most of the time, I wouldn't change it if I could. I can't make it out match up. I can hold my own. I can deal with the situation right down to the bone. I can survive and I can endure. I don't even think about her most of the time. Most of the time, my head is on straight most of the time. I'm strong enough not to hate. I don't build up illusions till it makes me sick. I ain't afraid of confusion, no matter how sick. I can smile in the face of mankind. Don't even remember what her lips felt like on mine most of the time. Most of the time, she ain't even on my mind. I wouldn't know her if I saw her. She's that far behind most of the time. I can't even be sure if she was ever with me or if I ever was with her most of the time. I'm halfway content most of the time. I know exactly where it all went. I don't cheat on myself. I don't run and hide from the feelings that are buried inside. I don't compromise and I don't pretend. I don't even care if I ever see her again most of the time. So the spirit will complete a lot of things. There's so many things that's still hidden, that will unfold. That's quite wonderful. That will allow us to find peaceful, harmonious conclusion with all of our life paths. Because before we came into this awareness, this enlightenment, we were unconscious, and so we thought, we talked, and we said, we did, we acted upon in a way that was completely unconscious. And now we have to fix that, to repair that. So we will re-offer the opportunity to see what do we learn, how do we deal with things now. And so through this principle of love and unity remains the ultimate outcome. And the card of the day, to finish, we have the beloved Archangel Sandalphon, that talks about the divine conduct. Here he's got his wings and this purple robe of authority. This is a divine authority. Look for meaning in your life. Envision a different approach. Surround yourself with friends and masters that have proven to be of great wisdom. So it is important to always keep an open mind on how things. There's new ways. We're going to learning new ways of doing things, and continue to surround yourself with positive, wise as much as possible. To be in good company is always quite wonderful. And so we'll all meet in the world eventually. We're going to return into after like 2 years of confinement, the world is going to be reopening, but we're moving with the new light inside this matrix, and so the situation will be completely different than before we achieved that connection. Thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai.